Leeds owner Andrea Radrizzani has defended the club's controversial plans for a post-season tour of Burma. The Elland Road side announced on Tuesday morning, following Sportsmail's revelation on Monday night, that they would be visiting the Southeast Asian country for 2 friendly matches, including a game against the national side. Burma has been accused of ethnic cleansing and human rights abuses against the Muslim Rohingya minority by the United Nations, which has led to 700,000 people fleeing across the border to Bangladesh. That resulted in the Rohingya community in the UK calling the decision to tour Burma disgraceful. They added, Leeds United FC is going to play football on the ground soaked in the blood of innocent Rohingya children, women and older people. But Italian Radrizzani has taken to Leeds' official website to defend the tour in an open letter. He wrote, I have spent over 10 years living in Asia, and Myanmar is a country I have visited on many occasions. I am aware of the serious issues within the country, but I also know that it is a beautiful place filled with incredibly warm and welcoming people. It is somewhere very close to my heart. Radrizzani revealed there were no financial incentives for the club directly, adding, the club is not receiving any fee to play. Rather, I see this both as a personal initiative to support local football and a way to introduce the name of Leeds United in the fastest growing country in Southeast Asia. The 43-year-old also suggested Leeds' tour could have a positive impact within Burma. It has never been my intention, nor that of the club, to get involved in a political debate in Myanmar. However, if because of the tour we further highlight the ongoing serious issues in certain areas of the country, then maybe that is a positive thing. We simply want to use sport to do some good. I am proud to be active in another region in Southeast Asia where I support via Play for Change, a local NGO in Nepal, in providing sports and educational activities to over 4,000 underprivileged children. We can't spread our values by turning our backs. We can only do this by engaging. We will go to Myanmar to share the famous values and ethos of Leeds United Football Club. Labour MP and Shadow Sports Minister Dr. Rosena Alan Khan, who has been a prominent figure in the highlighting human rights abuses in Burma, wrote to Radrizzani on Tuesday. She expressed her dismay at the plans. Leeds United has a fan base across the world, many of whom will be dismayed by the news. Do you honestly believe your fans want the club they've supported all their lives to start endorsing a state carrying out such awful atrocities on innocent people? It is imperative that Leeds United is on the right side of history. I sincerely hope you will reconsider your post-season tour. Players from Leeds are understood to have concerns over the post-season tour, which will take place in a country that the UK's Foreign Office has recommended avoiding vast swathes of aside from essential travel. Leeds will not play in those areas. Burma has also been blighted by the Zika virus, and insurgent attacks in the country killed 70 people earlier this year. Amnesty International have described the actions against the Rohingya Muslims in the northern state of Rakhine as genocide. The military has killed men, abused women and children and razed villages as part of a brutal human rights record. Both the military and government, which is led by Nobel Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi, have denied any responsibility for the violence. Amnesty International UK also questioned the decision to tour and suggested it would sportswash the regime. It certainly seems like an odd choice of country to choose to tour, said Amnesty International UK Director Kate Allen. The last year has seen the human rights situation in Myanmar deteriorate dramatically. Hundreds of thousands of Rohingya have fled crimes against humanity in Rakhine State to neighbouring Bangladesh. Those who remain continue to live under a system amounting to apartheid. The Myanmar authorities have continued the brutal crackdown despite a global outcry. Far too often sporting events have been used as a cheap PR tool to sportswash the stain of a country's human rights record. Leeds will take on a National League All-Star team on May 9 before a game against the Myanmar national side on May 11 on a tour sponsored by Aya Bank. Aya is owned by Zaza, who has been blacklisted by the United States for his relationship with the former government. He is also considered to be a close ally of the current regime and Suu Kyi.